All right. You all know why we're here and what we're beginning of a very long season, but game 1 means just as much as game 80. We have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
Here we go, my first NBA game. This is something I've been waiting for my entire life. And to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous. But I know this is where I belong. So I just gotta get out there and do what I was born to do. I hope I can make my family proud.
The sights of the Atlanta skyline as we are here in the heart of Georgia. And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. It's all about the Eastern Conference. That's where the action is today as the Atlanta Hawks get ready to battle. And they're starting off the season against this Detroit team. Last season. Time. We're going to check out our first glimpse of professional basketball from Freak.
You know, he's a great young player and even a better young man. So personally, I couldn't be happier for him. I know he's thinking about the game, but I hope he's able to take a moment to just enjoy this accomplishment.
Well said, and I hope so, too. I mean, as a player, you want to stay even-keeled, but it's almost impossible. I mean, there's just so much that you've gone through to reach this point. It has to be emotional.
And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor. And, Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way, he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid on anything when it comes to basketball.
Jackson kicks to Drummond. Shot clock at 5. That's good. And the Pistons lead by 7.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
Yeah, the great field goal percentage to start, exactly what they were hoping for.
Now, your Atlanta Hawks cheerleaders.
Now here the 2K leaderboard with last season's top rebounding teams. In 4th, the Pistons.
It was really an impressive campaign for their bigs. And honestly, I think the whole team did a great job of getting bodies on bodies and controlling that defensive backboard.
And the Pistons making a change here. Baines is checked in. Schroeder kicks to Splitter. Splitter sets a screen. Scott dishes to Hardaway. And there's the feed to Splitter. Unloads. They get it again. Here's Freak. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. And that's the very first basket right there, folks, of what is hopefully a very long and a very prosperous career from Freak.
Yeah, and, he can relax a little bit now. That first one is in the books. It won't be the biggest bucket he makes in his life, but, man, it may be the most memorable.
I think you may be right about that. No matter how many thousands of them he winds up with, he'll never forget that first one.
Well, with Freak, Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And, Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready, and he's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock.
The first free throw is good.
And Detroit with a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
Greg, as you just said, the Pistons had a ton of back-to-back games. 44 were part of their back-to-backs, over half their schedule. Clark, they went 15 and 29 in those.
The NBA won here for the Pistons. It's hard to get any momentum when you're playing that many back-to-backs.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Tolliver the pass to Jackson. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Assist from.
And the Pistons lead by 3. Atlanta's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. After a rookie season in which he really struggled, Dennis Schroeder made big strides last year.
Yeah, I think pretty much dramatic improvements across the board, Kevin. Really a most improved candidate for sure. He solidified that reserve unit for the Hawks, in my opinion.
Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Stan Van Gundy.
Kevin, he told me that basically on the defensive end, if they can do a good job on their outside shooters, everything else should fall into place. He said, listen, if we can force them to work the ball inside on a consistent basis, we feel like we have an excellent chance to win. We'll see, guys.
Doris, thank you. Obviously, Clark, the 3-ball is a big concern for any defense.
Well, yeah, it is, Kevin, but the upside is you're not getting broken down in the lane and you're not giving them free throws, but you still have to challenge those shots.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Pistons.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
Pass to Jackson. Here's Caldwell Pope. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
And Schroeder still with room to grow. I mean, he needs to improve his three-point shot and cut down his turnovers. Those are things that often come with time. And he's got time, still very young at this stage of his career.
Outside Jackson. Inside, Tolliver.
As we take a look at the rankings, let's see where Detroit ended up last season. 3rd in second chance points. 4th in rebounds, and they were top 10 in fewest team turnovers. This team has a number of players that take care of the ball and value every possession.
And just go revisit those numbers in terms of second chance points. That was elite, and they weren't shy about sticking their nose in there and going after the ball.
Schroeder kicks to Splitter. Left side, Hardaway. Back to Splitter. Splitter sets a screen. Here's Schroeder. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. To the inside. Scott. Good. Scott's got his second bucket of the night.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Here's Jackson. There's the pick. Off the screen. No luck.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. The Hawks on top. They lead by 1. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. Well, earlier we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA game.
You know, I've thought about this moment my entire life. Now that it's finally here, the feeling's pretty crazy. But I know it's just the beginning. I got a lot of hard work ahead of me to get to where I want to go, to be the best player and the best teammate I can be. But this is an exciting first step, no doubt.
You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective from most rookies, do you?
You really don't, Kevin. I mean, I really like his approach to the game. What remains?
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Here's Schroeder. Freak, he's in at small forward. Hardaway is out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Mike Scott. And it's Splitter in at the center, filling out the middle. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
I tell you what, folks. I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Baines inside. Splitter's there.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
And the one thing Thiago Splitter gives you every year, Clark, is consistency. The numbers, the effort, the results, all very familiar every year.
Yeah, his game is really built on the intangibles. He hustles, he knows where he's supposed to be, he gets to the right spot at the right time, crashes the boards, takes charges. He does all the little stuff.
That's good. Schroeder's got 6.
Oh, nice double pump finish there, strictly for the fans.
Pistons leading by 8. Pass to Tolliver. Johnson the screen. Here is Tolliver, defended by Scott. Here's Johnson. It's deflected. Schroeder with the ball. He's got 6. Dishes it to Scott. Pulls it from 20. No good. And Detroit the other way now.
And for Thiago Splitter, he's been a relatively unsung player in his career, never getting his number called on offense, receiving little recognition from the media, but providing tough defense in the post. He shot over 55%, crashes the boards in the 20 minutes or so a game that he gets. So that's been good enough to really establish a productive career.
Splitter sets a screen. Hardaway, that's a 2-pointer. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Tolliver. Johnson outside. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
Kicks to Schroeder. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Freak. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Freak's got 6 points.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
You know, getting back to Splitter, yes, you need superstars to win in this league, but you also need guys like him, guys who put the team first, will bust the gut to carry out their responsibilities on the floor, off the court, and in the locker room. You need all of that to be a championship team.
Let's a floater go. Johnson with the block.
You know, not really a significant margin in terms of them rebounding, but enough to get the job done.
Yeah, but one more advantage in the stat column, and that's what's translated to this lead.
And here's Schroeder. He has 6. The dish to Scott. Takes a 3. Detroit with the rebound. Outside Jackson. There's the pass to Baines. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Baines has got the lead up to 10 now for Detroit.
I mean, if you're looking to get back into this game, you have to get tougher defensively.
That's good. Scott's got 8 points.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
Jackson dishes to Johnson. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
Yeah, the shot clock's off. This could be the last possession of the quarter.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. That's exactly what they should have in mind here.
There's Freak, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. that one on Johnson. For Atlanta, they have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
Yeah, a year ago, though, they have a 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Yeah, they had the kind of success from the line that would make any coach breathe a sigh of relief, guys.
9 seconds left to play in the first half. On the wing, Johnson. He feeds it to Drummond. Here's Jackson. No good on the buzzer beater. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Pistons lead by 5. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Okay, guys, let's focus and get down to business. Now, here's a few things I took away from the first half. Number 1, we've done really well in limiting our turnovers. The last thing we want to do is give them extra possessions, and so far, we haven't. I'll give you a compliment, though. The ball movement's been excellent. Love how many buckets we're getting off assists. And let me touch on tempo for a second. We're not out to use the whole shot clock, but I would like to see us get set up offensively. We expected this to be a battle, and it has been. From here on out, it's a battle we're going to win. Get a hand in, fellas.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
Checking out the game Kentavious Caldwell-Pope has had. He's got 14 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens.
On the court for the Pistons, we've got Jody Meeks. Andre Drummond is out there with Ilyasova. Then there's Jackson, and it's Johnson in at the 3, the small forward. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Andre Drummond. He had a double-double and made a huge difference tonight. He never let up, and his performance really inspired the rest of his team.
He was up over about, let me check my stats here, over 50%. That right there, Ernie, that's rock solid. No matter how the defense came at him, he was ready for it, and it didn't even mess with the shot. It was a smooth touch. He had it going tonight, fellas.
Well, Andre Drummond asserted himself in a big way in this game. He is a terrifying presence, and tonight he was fully motivated and engaged. His rebounding on both ends of the court has always been sensational. The man was just a monster in the paint.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight, but we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.
On some chill, we go 0 to 100 real quick. They be on that rap to pay the bills. And I don't feel it, not even a little bit. Oh Lord, know yourself, know your worth. My actions been.
I'm coming home. New York City, baby. I'll be honest, I'm pretty excited. Mama, Pops, and Cece, yeah, they're gonna be there. Playing in front of them in the NBA uniform for the first time is gonna be a special moment for me. Now, I know all of Harlem's gonna be watching. No pressure, right? It's all good, though. I've been waiting for this my entire life. And I'll be ready.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
It's time for some hoops at the home of the New York Knicks. We're bringing it to you live on 2K Sports. Looking at the last game for the New York Knicks, it was a loss to Milwaukee at the BMO Harris Bradley Center, and that's one they'd like to have back. A little more focus would have been enough. Just a 4-point loss. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Porzingis. Derek Williams checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Calderon in for Langston Galloway. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Splitters checked in for Horford. Mike Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. Freaks checked in for Cephalosha. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Kyle Korver. On the court right now for the Hawks. Freak, he's in at 3.
Patience. Patience. Taking early threes is leading to long rebounds, which equal to transition points. Make the defense move, and let's pass up a good shot for a great shot. Let the game come to you. We're forcing the issue too much.
These teams were last season's best passers. The squads with the most assists in the NBA. The Hawks second.
Just a gifted passing team. They play the kind of basketball that fans love to watch. Very unselfish and fluid offensively.
Hardaway's checked in for Jeff Teague.
You know, not many saw it coming last season with the Hawks. I mean, they just ran away with the Eastern Conference. It was the first time they took the East since 1994.
And it's Freak missing.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
The pass to Aflalo. Puts up a 3. They get it again. O'Quinn. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
They have got to put a body on him, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned.
So it's the Knicks now, trailing by 2. Calderon kicks to Aflalo. The dish now to Calderon. To the inside. O'Quinn can't hit.
And it became clear, thinking about the Knicks again, I mean, it made sense for a team with injuries and being in disarray on the floor to just battle for that lottery. And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Wants to get it to Seraphin and does. And that is good.
Love the work there. They got the most out of that possession.
So it's Atlanta now.
You know, kind of packing it in for the sake of being better in the future, can possibly work in New York for a year or two, but not longer than that. The media will eat you up there if you don't start making some progress towards winning, pleasing basketball.
And the foul on Mike Scott. That'll be his second foul of the game. They set the screen. Follow against Hardaway. Williams with a clean look. Knocks down the three ball. Williams has got his first 3 points of the game.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
Splitter passes to Splitter. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Calderon dishes to Williams. Back to Calderon. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. One thing about Jose Calderon, you could see the frustration in him last season, playing a career-low 42 games, and his averages were down pretty much, Greg, across the board.
Yeah, and Kevin, he was brought in to kind of invigorate the Knicks' point guard position, but following a preseason calf injury, you know, he missed the team's first 13 games and never was able to really get going. Remember, coming into a new system where he had to learn how to play differently, and then after all that, you know, you have to shut him down because of that left Achilles.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the board.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Schroeder with the ball. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Splitter misses. The Knicks with the lead. Now let's find out what head coach Derek Fisher had to say to DB. Doris?
When I asked him what some of his main concerns are today, and he said they're dealing with a team that can really light it up from the perimeter, and therefore it's essential that they not give up too many open looks from out there, or it could spell trouble all game long, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Devising a strategy, Clark, to take away that three-point shot.
Yeah, I think it's an important part of your defensive game plan because teams nowadays are just too good to not defend them from behind the three-point line.
And a wide-open look for Freak. It's good from long range. Freak's got 5 points so far.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
Calderon kicks to Williams. Back to Calderon. They double him with Freak. Some nice passing by New York here. Seraphin, and off the front iron, and in it goes. Seraphin's got his third bucket of the night. Atlanta's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Splitter with a screen on Calderon. Splitter passes to Splitter. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Oh, we've got a moment here now, Kevin, to look back to last year's Knicks. 8th in free throw percentage, 14th in blocks. And they were in the top half of the league shooting the ball from deep. Average to pedestrian, but still fairly effective from there.
And you look at their free throw percentage, not to be overlooked. I mean, this was a team, I thought, that did a really good job of taking advantage of their opportunity.
It was Amundsen. He's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. That one misses.
You know, there was plenty to be happy about last year in Atlanta with the way the Hawks played. One sour note, though, was that the team was viewed as a potential buy for Seattle groups.
Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
Aflalo kicks to Calderon. Dishes it to Williams. 5 on the clock. That falls. Nice feed this time from Jose Calderon. Well, last season, the Hawks not only had a great year on the floor as they were the top seed in the Eastern Conference, but they had a pretty good day at the bank, too. They sold for a nice price. Looks like the team is going to stay in Atlanta where it belongs.
Yeah, and that's great news for Atlanta, and they were rewarded with a terrific season. A group, including Grant Hill, purchased the Hawks, and obviously will keep that group in Atlanta for many years to come.
There's the pick. Amundsen kicks to Williams. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
The Knicks have been all 4 of their chances so far in this one. Justin Holiday's checked in for Atlanta. And Williams drops them both. The Hawks trail by 3. Now Schroeder. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Splitter sets a screen. Schroeder passes to Holiday. From deep three-point range, he got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Knicks lead by 3. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And a chance to hear from former number 2 overall pick Derek Williams about his focus offensively.
Just getting to the basket more, being able to.
Huge improvements for him. So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Lopez. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Louis Amundsen. Derek Williams, he checked in for Anthony. And it's a Fowler in for Jose Calderon. On the court for Atlanta, Freak, and it's small forward. Mike Scott out there with Splitter. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Hawks.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Yeah, another thing they've done well, guys, a lot of steals in the first half, really getting after it defensively.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
Listen, the Knicks had a hard time scoring last year. Just lacked any real presence in the paint. And lacking that paint threat makes things easier for the opposing defense.
He kicks to Freak. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Well, nobody said, Greg, being in the NBA was for the faint of heart. The Knicks in a few short years have gone from a playoff team, unfortunately, to the worst team in the NBA.
Hard to fathom, Kevin, that the Knicks did enter last season with playoff aspirations, but that quickly vanished. They were just completely overmatched and overwhelmed.
There's Galloway. 14 points from him the last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. It will go down, and the Hawks lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Seraphin.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Here's Hardaway to the left side wing. Atlanta again missing.
You know, the Knicks made the playoffs every season between 1988 and 2001. It's kind of strange now to see the Knicks struggle to get into the playoffs so often. Only 3 trips in the playoffs the last 10 seasons.
Here's Seraphin. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Splitter sets a screen. Schroeder kicks to Splitter. There's Freak. It's in. That's his 3rd field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
He's yours. He's yours. And listen, the pressure is always on the Knicks to make the playoffs just because of where the team is. Being in New York can have its advantages, but it comes with expectations that your team will be in the postseason.
Splitter with a screen on Afflalo, and stolen by Afflalo. On up the court. That's good, and the Atlanta lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Galloway.
That is such good work to make this a 1-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, even better.
Freak with it, working on Williams. And it's Freak missing.
Well, he won't miss many of those. especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
1:53 left to play here in the second quarter. Seraphin inside, defended by Scott. Shot's good for Seraphin.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Follow against Hardaway. Back to Scott. Here's Freak, and it's blocked. But they get it back. 1:19 left in the first half of basketball. There's Galloway, and stolen by Freak. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. That's good. Schroeder's got his first points of the night. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
Well, neck and neck, how about that? I mean, ferociously competitive. I mean, tight as me in an airplane bathroom.
That's not the visual I was looking for right now, but there have been a lot of lead changes.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Knicks out front. They're up by 1. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Okay, good job battling them out there. Let's talk about some crucial areas from the first half. Everybody was really mentally prepared tonight. That shows in the scoring we got off the bench. We didn't miss a beat no matter what lineup we had in there. We're going to keep a deep rotation in the second half, so everybody stay ready. I'll give you a compliment though. The ball movement's been excellent. Love how many buckets we're getting off assists. And just to talk about what we want for the pace of the game, I'd say nice and steady suits us just fine. It doesn't have to be a track meet. We know we can take their best punches and hang with them. Now it's time to hit them with everything we got and see how they handle it.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third.
Just absolute domination in this one for Seraphin. He's got 16 points and 1 rejection in this game, too.
Was it a good one? Really, one of their highlights of the game defensively.
So it's New York picking up the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
Well, you know it makes a big difference. I mean, you never felt like they had any doubts.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, thank you. And now we get a chance to check out our Jordan Player of the Game.
When you're having a night shooting in the high 50s, you're being efficient with your shot selection. He played smart basketball tonight, really made each possession count. He was the difference maker.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night. And we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.
Word alive, eh, freak?